Hello Future Fathers, back again already, this time with another Mazda, but a little bit different. A Mazda 3! Okay, so what is a Mazda 3? Well, the Mazda 3 is a little bit more of a compact car, hatchback sedan, although I got the cooler one. Not a Miata, but let's see how it stands up to the test. The Mazda 3 comes in a few different trims. This here's the premium, but you could even go a little bit more premium with the Premium Plus and get that sweet turbo action. This is not that though. Let's take a look inside the Mazda 3. So this car for the premium trim comes with beautiful Bose audio and metal plates, fancy leather seats available in this beautiful burgundy red option. Hop inside, these seats are also heated. You got automatic dual zone climate in this car. Pretty cool for when your wife and friends are colder than you. So this car doesn't have any interior lighting on any of the trims, but you could optionally add on some foot lighting that should come on when you have the doors opened, like the head roof lights. What is pretty premium is you get seat memory only for the driver's side. You got two different options and you could set those to different key fobs as well, say for your partner. The premium trim is available in auto and manual only for the premium trim. This car only has one driving mode, but it's essentially just to keep the transmission in a lower gear. Doesn't alter any steering or suspension. Nothing crazy or cool you would find in like a BMW. You got an armrest here that slides back. Plenty of storage space with two USBs. I think the newer ones have USB-C and no auxiliary. You could also option a wireless charger. Come over here to your glove box, standard information. Got a combo of analog and digital dash here. The center screen shows you a few different options, and if you could cycle through with the info button. Maybe hard to pick up, but this car has a heads-up display, which is pretty dope, and it's offered on the premium and up trims. No HomeLink mirror in this car. I don't know if it's offered in the higher trims, but I do know it's an option, which is nice to have. You got a beautiful standard side sunroof. I usually leave mine open all the time. I like that open air feel. You know I love my FM radio throwbacks. Anyway, this car has Mazda's newer infotainment, which if you watch the Miata video, this one's way better. You can also get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but similar to the Miata, it is wired. This car has a standard backup camera, but I know the Premium Plus comes with the 360 option. It's definitely clear and looks way better than the Miata by a long run. This Bose audio sounds pretty premium. The bass in this car actually does hit a decent low, and I just can't see you going wrong, and I honestly think you should always option that premium audio in any vehicle, especially if you love music. Let's see just how good this car seat fits in the back here. We got Angel here. I love Angel. It is a little cramped right off the bat, but the car seat does fit pretty nicely. And let me just tuck the seatbelt all the way through. And let me find the thing. It's definitely better than putting this into a Miata. There we go. It fits actually really well. Angel is very comfy in this car, directly behind me, and there's plenty of space for Angel to relax. Although usually you probably want to have your car seat in the middle, and we'll test out mommy mode. You got latches here in the back, so perfect to keep that car seat secure. Testing out the rear leg room, I'm sitting behind dad's friend here in mommy mode, and I'm a shorter guy, 5'6", and I fit, back here pretty comfy, and there's a little pocket here so I can keep my diapers. Angel's hungry, I could feed Angel no problem, and I could take a sip of this myself. I got a little thirsty. I'm totally comfortable back here. I could close the door, and I even got an extra sippy cup space right here, and I could even put down this center thing, kind of, and it fits a sippy cup no problem. So this trunk can easily fit your Mickey diaper bag and a stroller diagonally. So it's already a little tight. This is very compact trunk space, but you got a little bit of room to throw some groceries in, and you could always use the back seats, and they actually fold down too if you want to throw in some diapers, some baby wipes from Costco. We love Costco. Now, these seats, similar to the Miata, are leather, but you will find a few pleather in here. And I will say, since the baby's in the back, you probably won't be dealing with a lot of crazy stuff. You know, don't spill anything crazy, but I think if milk gets spilled back there, some Cheerios, you'll be okay and it'll clean up real nice. This car will keep your baby safe. You got blind spot monitoring and it's not annoying. It'll vibrate the steering wheel, but that's fine. You got lane keep and adaptive cruise. And if you're gonna almost hit someone while you're in the city and your baby's crying and you're turned around, don't worry, this car will come to an automatic stop, and I have actually tested it this time. The ride comfort in this car is pretty good. We're about to go on our test drive, but I know for a fact Angel will be good. Mom will be very secure back there in the case she has to feed the baby. And it's actually a pleasant driving experience as dad driving this car, so it shouldn't be any problem. When it comes to reliability, it's Mazda Skyactiv motor. You know, I don't see any problems there. Just maintain your cars. That's literally all you got to do, especially when it comes to Mazda. Standard oil changes and, you know, tire rotations and all that fun little stuff that dad could probably do at home. MPG is pretty decent. We'll dive in as we're driving the car so I could get some more accurate numbers. So let's go on our test drive. Okay, now we're on to the driving portion of the test. So I just had to leave the area we were in a garage because it's raining. But as we're getting here, the ride in this car is definitely not super soft, but it's also not rough. I would just call it firm. I think it's fine for any baby, especially in the seat. You know, they're a little bit higher up and it should be a little more plush. When it comes to driving it, you know, Mazda went a new luxurious direction, so all of that is really nice and premium. Highway noise is incredible. You really don't hear a thing. This car has automatic wipers, it has auto headlights, all the good stuff, auto high beams at night, although I don't know how many people actually enjoy that because I do not. When it comes to having mom in the back feeding Angel, I think mom will be more than comfy. It is a little crowded back there, but nothing she can't put up with for maybe half an hour. As you get on those longer drives, maybe mom will want to break, which is totally fine. Hopefully Angel falls asleep and she can come up here. Mazda designed these seats with comfort in mind. They're specially designed to kind of hold your body. So I will say they're very comfortable. And if you sit in a lower trim and then get into a premium, you will notice that there is a difference. I have noticed that. The screen is not a touchscreen. It's all controlled with the dials down here. And one thing to note is that these gloss black portions will get super scratched, as well as the gauge cluster. So you can shift through different modes on the screen here and have a few different things shown. But right now we're getting an average 27.5 mpg. So it gets pretty reasonable gas mileage. And a car like this actually only takes regular. So you don't have to put premium, which would be nice. Although the gas tank is a little bigger, so you will even out a good, you know, California priced $50 gas tank. So a car like this, I wouldn't say necessarily holds a ton of value just because there's so many and many different options. But I don't also see it depreciating a lot. They could be had through a range of prices. But I would budget around $20,000 or so. Maybe a little less if you go for a lower trim. Maybe a little higher if you get something like the Turbo or the Premium Plus model. You know, that comes with a little more goodies baked in, body kit and all that nice stuff. I guess let's take a look at the audio. So I got my throwback station on. This is the Bose radio. Oh, we got a classic on the radio today. I'm saying right now, the bass in this car is great. Let's let the song play for a bit. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but it definitely gets loud. Maybe not on the radio. When you have your Bluetooth connected, it sounds pretty good. So premium trim and above comes with paddle shifters. You could slide this over and start manually shifting on your own. The transmission is a 6-speed auto, but it's definitely not as engaging as other automatics I've driven. I could compare it to like a BMW auto, but those are just out of this world. Fast shifting, very engaging. This is more if you're going up a hill and the transmission just does not know what to do. Well, we got a nice open road here, so we're gonna do a quick 0 to 60. Lots of wheel spin in the rain, traction's kicking in, letting it do its thing. And that's 60, so not the quickest car. Nothing really exciting there. I have no comment. It's a great dad car, I would say. This car is definitely more capable, and if you're a single dad or a smaller family, fresh family, I would say that this car is perfectly in range in every sort of way when it comes to gas, purchasing the vehicle and insuring it, maintaining it, and having your kid in the back. And there's plenty of space all throughout this car to, you know, have one kid and get groceries and do all the good stuff. But we're here on the back roads, my favorite back roads here. I won't push the car too hard as it's raining, and this is no super handling car, but we'll go into this manual mode here since we're going up the hill, drop it in a third gear, and you definitely don't hear as much of the motor inside the car as you do with, like, say, the Miata. The throttle response is mediocre at best. The car doesn't feel all that great in the corners, but I will say that the steering is more direct and firm, but it definitely doesn't feel as connected or as sturdy, and you can just feel the roll, and I think even almost some understeer. This car has a decent amount of fun and engagement. You know, it is a Mazda, and I think Mazda, compared to, say, Honda or Toyota, definitely make more driver-focused vehicles. When it comes to, like, the lane detection in this car, it will not beep at you unless you're, like, sitting on the line. It will just redirect the steering wheel back in and, like, vibrate it. And I actually don't mind that because it doesn't beep, doesn't affect my audio that I'm listening to. Heads-up display is something that I would miss if I had it and then lost it. So it's a good feature, and the interiors of these cars feel very premium, especially at the price that they're at. I think Mazda really hits the mark in terms of, oh, there you go. I'm riding the line so it beeps. I think Mazda really hits, you know, a lot of those nails on the head. I usually do the Future Father Practicality Score once I get to watch this footage over, but I think this car is definitely good for any young families out there, or even single people who just want a nice, reliable car, space for all your buddies back there. Say you go out, have a night out, throw your friends in the back. If you drive Uber, I don't know. This car is really great. I feel some people may want a little more, definitely more engagement, more power, and there are other options you could look into. Hopefully I get to review the Mazda 3 Turbo. I would love to compare those. I've never driven one, but I would say that if the power of the Turbo is decent enough, that would make this car already maybe even 3 Series comparable. Although the only 3 Series I've driven was an M340i, and I would never take a Mazda 3 over an M340i. Thank you everyone who watched, and my first video just went up yesterday, so I'm planning on doing a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule if that works. If not, I'll probably do twice a week. But people were actually leaving comments, which is pretty cool. So, you know, if you like this video, please drop a like, drop a comment. I'm working in getting some other vehicles, other cool cars, and maybe not the most practical, but that's also maybe the point. I have an Instagram. If you want to follow Future Father Garage on Instagram, please go ahead. There will just be clips of the YouTube videos, maybe some behind the scenes, like of which cars we're filming that day or something like that. All right, thanks everyone. To all the Future Fathers out there, stay safe, drive safe, and I'll see you on the next one.